What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name's Micah, and today we are gonna go for a ride on our leader bike, and we're gonna see if there is any way that we can obey every traffic law while doing so. Now, in theory, anyone should be able to operate a vehicle while following all of the laws, right? Well, these leader bikes are kind of a different ball game. So for instance, the motorcycle that we have right here is gonna be a 2008 Honda CBR1000RR. From the factory, it has 176 horsepower. The top speed is around 185. First gear alone goes around 100 miles per hour. It has 6 gears. This bike will wheelie into triple-digit speeds and rip the rear tire loose past 100 miles per hour. It's just a lot. It's a lot in every way that you look at it. I really can't believe these things are even legal. So we'll take this baby out for a nice ride today. We'll cruise some in the city, some out on the highways. Maybe we'll go out to the country. So we'll try and get this bike in a few different environments, and we will see just how it is following the rules on a machine that can break every rule. And is there even any point to getting one of these if you're gonna follow all the laws? That's what we are gonna find out today. So let me go gear up. We'll jump on this bad girl and we will go hit the streets and see how this goes.
All right, here we go. Oh, this thing is a missile. I don't even know how it's gonna go trying to drive this slow. Doesn't it just sound so slow? Alright, nice and easy. Alright, just a nice chill ride on about a 200 horsepower motorcycle. Oh, we're speeding already. Okay. Slow it down. Just like barely idling in second gear. So not the most thrilling start, right? You know, when you're in town on these leader bikes and you got speed limits that are 25, 35, 40 miles per hour, I mean, it just, you feel like you're going at a snail's pace. I mean, these things are smooth as glass when they're going 150. It's funny, when you're driving these around town, you feel like you just barely get the clutch let out in first gear and then you're already at the speed limit. Ah, I'm speeding again. Ah, slow down more. Well, you know what, let's just say, for the sake of this video, that going 5 miles per hour or less over the speed limit, we'll call that okay. We'll say that that's not breaking the rules. Because on these bikes, your gears are so wide, so when you're trying to just hold one speed, and it's a very low speed, you know, to stay just posted up at 35 miles per hour, I mean, the smallest move on your wrist kicks you up to 45 miles per hour. I mean, just the smallest twist on you, I barely touch it, yeah. I moved my wrist a millimeter. And that's one thing too, is that these bikes are so powerful, they're so torquey, that if you're not buttery smooth on that throttle, in town is just a herky-jerky experience. Well, we'll go this way. Just at the speed limit. I didn't even shift there. We just took the corner and now we're here. So now we're on a road. The speed limit's about 55. So I mean, we get to be in the bottom of third, or maybe it's fourth. I think it's third. So, I mean, and this is fine, but it's certainly not thrilling, you know, and even at 55, I'm not going fast enough where I have enough wind to kind of keep all the weight off of my wrist and back and all that stuff. So, because on these Supersports, once you get up to about 100, 120, yeah, you're leaning forward on the bike, but there's enough wind at that speed that it kind of just holds you up. So my trick, I'm always like pinching the gas tank with my legs, so using my core to keep some weight off your hands, then you put some weight on your wrists, give your core a break. You're just going back and forth. Alright, so now we got the interstate up here, so 75 mile per hour speed limit for a little bit, so that'll be nice. Stretch your legs a little bit more. There's a few raindrops in the air. I hope they don't get on the camera and block your guys' view. It wasn't supposed to rain till later. Alright, well, we're at 75. I'll get to top gear. Yep, we're in it. Alright, well, this is our life. So it does feel better going a little bit faster. So, and on these leader bikes, surprisingly, you know, the faster you go, to a certain extent, you know, the bike is just more comfortable. It's a lot nicer going 75 than 35. I mean, you just got a bike that was built for speed. And it shows. It is very stable. It is very planted with speed. But really, the only time that you really feel at home and you feel comfortable on these things is when you're accelerating. I mean, the seating position that you're naturally in on a sport bike is a seating position that is best for you when you're accelerating. You don't need to be leaning forward just to maintain the same speed down the road. But when you're accelerating, of course, leaning forward, you want to stay on that bike because it's just rocketing up to crazy speeds. Oh, a little pull-off ramp here. Pavement's a little wet, otherwise I'd really fly into these. Well, maybe we'll give this baby the juice. She wants to go. Let's do it. Well, in just third gear it took us to 140. But that was bad. We were being a bad boy there. We were not following the rules. I'm still speeding 10 over right now, so I should probably slow that down. Alright, well, the highway's better than in town, but still, I mean, I just want to wring this thing's neck, not just go 60, 70, or 80 miles per hour, just sustained. I want to be accelerating. I want to be mobbing through the gears. It's hard to even accelerate slow. This thing wants all the gas or none of it. I mean, so when you're trying to just baby it, you know, on the throttle, it's just so... I don't know, you can just tell that it's not what that bike was made to do. Well, we're at the speed limit again. This is our life. Gosh, this is terrible. I mean, this is just so not fun. I just gotta speed up a little bit. Get into another gear. I just feel like a snail. I feel like I'm not even moving. Yeah, this is just so uncomfortable and not fun because you're just, I mean, you have a bike and you're not using any of its abilities, not using it how it was designed to be driven. And then the byproduct of that is that it's going to be uncomfortable because you're just cruising around going the speed limit on a bike that has you sitting and leaning way forward because it's a bike that's designed to be going 0 to 180 as fast as you can say it. Alright, we broke the rules again there. I just brakes accelerated a little bit too fast, and then the front end came up. Whoops. All right. Well, at the speed limit. So up here we've got a road. It's got a few roundabouts in it, so we're gonna try and have some fun on some twisties, since it's clearly no fun to just not speed. There's a little dirt and mud on the road here, so we're not gonna be able to fly around these like I was hoping we would. Or it wouldn't be smart for me to fly around them. I seriously can't take this anymore. My soul is dying. It is zero fun. It is zero fun to follow the rules on this thing. You know, and it's so funny because if I was on a cruiser doing all the stuff that we're doing, I'd be having a grand old time. Because I'd be on a bike that isn't completely designed to be raced around everywhere. You know, I'd be on a comfortable motorcycle. I couldn't do it. Self-control broke down right there. About the slowest you can go to 60 miles per hour on these things is like 5 seconds. And that is just casual acceleration, nothing crazy, just barely twisting your wrist. Oh my goodness. Way over the speed limit. Whoopsies. And of course you'll come to some little turns and twisties, and of course you want to just go 85 miles per hour around those, but oh, there's the speed limit. Bike just stuttering to only go 35. Oh, it is hard to hold it at only 35. Oh, and then we've got a little friend here, another sport bike rider. Now we should not race him. Oh, and it's a 600 and I'm on 1,000. You don't understand how bad. I just want to blow him out of the water. Now we got a stoplight here. Boy, that thing is in rough shape. And it's kind of stuttering too. He should watch the channel, learn how to maintenance his bike. Not a chance, son. Get out of here. Whoa. Why would you pass me that close in the same lane, dog? Alright, so we'll take kind of a rural loop home, and we'll finally give this a little bit more gas, a little bit more throttle than we have been. We won't disturb the old ladies walking. We'll wait till we get a little further away. They'll have a conniption if we punch it past them. That man on a motorcycle, he was going fast. Okay, I'm gonna punch it here. Here we go, baby. Oh yeah! Golly, that's so fast. That is so fast. Oh my goodness. And that was a second gear pull. I couldn't go all in. I just felt the front barely hovering. You know, you can only accelerate so fast on these. And oh man, that was insane. All right, baby. Well, we got got a good straightaway here. So I'm gonna give you guys a 0 to 100, or 0 to something. I don't know when I'll let off, but here we go. Wheelie, second wheelie, third wheelie. Oh my goodness. These things have so much power. I feel like I can get a better 0 to 60 and 0 to 100 time on a 600 versus a 1000. Just because these are so brutal on the acceleration. You know, and even in top gear at like 75, 70 miles per hour, you don't downshift or nothing, you just rev on. Oh my goodness, and that's 100. These things are just brutally fast. Going 60 miles per hour. What do you want to weigh up a wheelie? There it is. It's just too easy to be a bad boy on these. Alright, and we're clear. Maybe a little second gear wheelie up this. Stuff like that is really, really fun.
Well, so we're back now. How was our ride? Well, boring, pointless, uncomfortable. It was a lot of things. I mean, it got fun towards the end there when we actually started riding and stopped looking down at the speedometer. But as we were riding around, trying to follow all the rules the best we could, nothing about that was enjoyable. And that's what I really want to highlight, that nothing about that ride on a leader bike was enjoyable. And the funniest thing is that exact same ride on almost any other motorcycle, on cruisers or a dual sport, a mini moto, a scooter, even a smaller cc, less powerful Supersport bike, that ride would have been great, and that ride would have been enjoyable. And I like all styles of motorcycles. I truly like just riding motorcycles, even if I'm just going 55 in a straight line, smelling the roses, wind in my hair. But once you get to these leader bikes, there's really only one way you can ride them that's enjoyable, and it is just riding them hard. It is feeling that power and that acceleration. That is when these bikes are enjoyable, and so much more than enjoyable. I mean, it is one of the most thrilling experiences you'll ever have in your life. I mean, just grabbing a wristful of throttle and taking one of these from 40 to 140, man, it is just insane. It will literally rip your face off. They are so fast. So summing everything up, coming to a conclusion, can you obey the law on a leader bike? Well, so yes, it is certainly possible, but it actually becomes very uncomfortable to try and do so. First off, the power and the gearing. When first gear can go 100 miles per hour or faster, and when you have almost 200 horsepower behind that throttle, just trying to hold the bike at one speed, just trying to hold the bike at say 35 miles per hour, it's actually difficult to a certain extent. You know, you have a bike that has very high performance, very firm, stiff suspension, and so every bobble in the road, I mean, if your wrist moves just a millimeter, I mean, that's 5 miles per hour. And so if you don't have just a buttery smooth firm grip on that throttle, it's just a herky-jerky experience in town. It's just the level of power that these things have, you know? It's easy to just rev the throttle, right? And give it gas, make this bike feel at home. But yeah, when you're trying to cut around and follow the rules and not break the law, yeah, at the end of the day, it is difficult and uncomfortable. Now, if you're gonna get a leader bike and you're gonna try and follow the law and you're not gonna try and break the the rules, is there even any point to getting a liter bike? Well, there's still gonna be two baseline perks, right? First off, the looks. I love the looks of Supersports, of liter bikes, right? And so you've got that going for you. Regardless of how you're driving the bike and how fast you're going, they do look cool. These are beautiful machines. They look like they're going fast as they're sitting on the kickstand. And being able to say that you have a liter bike, being able to tell your coworkers, your friends, your family, whoever it is, that you rolled up on a CBR1000RR, on a BMW S1000RR, the ZX10, the R1, the Gixxer 1000. You know, it's certainly cool to say that you ride a liter bike, I guess. Just saying that you have a liter bike is kind of like a flex, you know? It's like, yeah, I got the biggest, baddest, fastest thing I could. So, all said and done, liter bikes are going to be the hardest type of motorcycle to obey the laws on, to follow the rules on. They will be the most uncomfortable for you as you're doing so. And just nothing about the liter bikes is practical or smart. And it's one of the most thrilling experiences you'll ever have in life. And that's all I have to say. So comment if you guys have any questions at all. Otherwise, like the video if this helped you out. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time.